Welcome to the Cut Above Layout Kit. These are my people. These are the detailed instructions that you get in the workshop, and I'm going to walk you through how to put everything into their respective piles for each of the pages. So you'll notice that there are pre-designed pages, there are photo placeholders, there are memory protectors, and then these are the punch-out die-cut sheets that we are going to be punching out together. And then off to the bottom left, or excuse me, the bottom right, those are the accent pieces. So what I'd like you to do right now is take the time to carefully punch out all of your pieces. And I love how Close to My Heart has labeled these for you based on where they go in the project. So go ahead and as you're punching them out very carefully, put them into the title page pile, layout 1 pile. And just take the time to do that. You'll notice that my video is sped up quite a bit so that it gives you the time to either pause it or go ahead and follow along with me as you're punching them out. And the reason why I say be careful is that some of them are hung on a little bit tighter than others, and so you want to make sure that you don't tear any of these as you're punching them out. Thankfully, I did not have that problem this time around, but I have done that definitely in the past. And as you're grouping them, I just put them on my craft mat, as you can see, just to get them out of the way. And word to the wise, don't throw out these punch-out sheets until you've made sure that you've punched everything out. I accidentally threw out that banner that says, that's right there with that little house project, which I think is like layout 7. So just be careful as you're punching these out. There are some bits and pieces that can get lost. And I love this workshop because it truly is for any type of occasion. You could do it for your kids' friends. What a great project for an anniversary or a wedding or a baby shower or a graduation from either high school or college. If you've got a special birthday like a 70th or 80th birthday, it could be for an anniversary, even the people that are at that anniversary event. So I'm just thinking of all the different ways I'm going to use it. So these are the pre-designed pages, and we're now going to put those punch outs into the right pile based on the pre-designed pages. And do you see the pieces that I'm picking up right now? These are the already cut out accents, and I love how they're labeled. So now what I'd like you to do is go ahead and put those into their respective piles. And then once you've collected those, we're going to put them onto their coordinating pre-designed pages. So feel free to go ahead and do that right now. And if you need to, you can pause this video so that you can get those put into their different piles. And this is really the most time-consuming part. The pages come together so quickly, but definitely punching out the artwork and getting these pieces into the right order does take the most time. But it's definitely worth it. It speeds up the process of assembling so much better. So that's why I felt it was really important to go through this with you. We are getting down to the last little bit. Love the brightness of these pages and the colors, perfect for thinking spring. That was for layout 6. Now this is for layout 7. Love those brushes of color. Okay, and now we are ready to go back to the beginning and we are ready to start assembling the title page. So go ahead and put these paper accents now onto each of the different layouts. I'll let you go ahead and do that. I should probably have some fun music in the background so that you're not just hearing my voice. Maybe I'll add that to this. So much fun what you can do in iMovie these days. We are almost ready to start assembling. Okay, that is the last grouping. And so what I did is I got out my 3D foam tape, my 3D foam dots, my nonstick scissors, my Bonding Memories glue, and my tape runner. And we're going to start with the title page. And you'll notice that the stickers are labeled as well for this. So what I did is I went ahead and laid out the project with the pre-designed punch-out pieces, the photo mats, and the die cuts, and I just started getting them grouped and organized how I want it to be laid out. And the instructions do give you measurements to follow, and I'll be showing you those as well. So you're going to put that bottom border, triangle bottom border piece, almost looks like a julep color, that's going to go on first. And then you're going to grab some of the sticker accents and put that sticker border down first, and then put that other piece on top of it, just so that it's overlapping a little bit. And then I did attach the This Is Us piece. And I'm going to grab my instructional guide. And that piece is going to go 2 1/4 inches. Actually, I take that back. It's going to go 3 1/4 inches from the bottom and 3/4 of an inch from the left side, that This Is Us piece. And then the photo mat is going to go 2 1/4 inches from the bottom and 1/2 inch from the right side. And now I'm just accenting with the stickers, and I love putting them on my hand because then I don't lose them and they don't get stuck onto my page. And I love the circle 3D foam pieces because they're perfect for these type of circular flowers. And another tip that I like to do is to also leave some of the backing on the accent pieces so that you can get your photos underneath them. So that's another little tip. And then the nonstick scissors are great for repositioning these accent stickers. And of course, Ellie has to always be a part of my videos, so I apologize for her popping in and out of these. And now that we've got that first cover page done, we're going to move on to layout 1. And I do put them in the page protectors as I go, just so that I can keep them organized and keep them dust free. So feel free to do that as well as you're assembling these. And so now we're ready to get layout 1 together. There's a left and a right page for this, so I'm first putting the pieces in their respective order. And turning over the pre-designed accents that are labeled just so that I know which piece goes where. And again, these are guidelines. If you do something completely different, that's okay. That's what's so beautiful about these albums. They give you a guideline, but certainly be creative and do your own thing. I'm going to show you in a little bit how my one girlfriend turned this into a graduation album. So that will be my next project because my daughter Anna is graduating next year. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a great little keepsake of all of her friends and her together over the years. And I've got so many pictures that I can put in here. I have them all the way from middle school to high school, so I'm really excited about that project. And I forgot to put that sticker piece down, so isn't it great that you can just lift up that photo mat and attach that sticker accent as needed. And I love this all-purpose mat, or the craft mat actually, because I love the guide on the bottom and on the sides for measurements. Really makes assembling something like this handy and easy. Lots of stickers on this one. So now we're ready to go on to the second page after we get those little accent flowers on. And tape runner or Bonding Memories glue are perfectly fine to use as your adhesive choice. I'm just lining up that border, getting that other sticker on. You'll notice that I turn my page a lot just so that I can get things lined up the way I want them to. And again, the measurements are a guideline. If you want to do something a little bit different, feel free to do so. I know I had to move that page over a little bit more so I could make room for that accent piece. And that's why I love those scissors, because they can pick up those stickers and not tear the paper. And you don't have to put these photo placements holders on there. I actually like the added dimension of the white, but you can omit those and just take them off, because that truly is where your picture is going to go. And that way you don't have to trim your picture down. Now we're just accenting with the heart and the two flowers and that little washi tape piece. And we are ready to put those into page protectors, and we're going to move on to layout 2. Memories of Us. Just group things to the left and the right page. And so when you're putting down that left side memory protector, or not the memory protector, but the page protector or the photo placement, I'll tell you the measurements, but right there, that accent piece, I decided to put the photo placement holder behind it, and you can do that very easily. That particular 4x6 is 1 inch up from the bottom and 3/4 of an inch from the left. And again, there are some stickers that you'll want for that, and I just stuck them on my hand again. And so now you're ready to assemble them. So once I got the pieces lined up, I got my adhesive out and put that on for the photo placement holder. Bonding Memories is my go-to because it's just so much easier than a tape runner. And as you can see, I ran out of tape halfway through this. So thank goodness I had the Bonding Memories glue, because a little bit goes a long way. And it's just such a much easier adhesive to work with. So now I'm just putting on the accents for the left page. I did use the photo dots on the circle, and I left the adhesive backing on them so that I can pick up and put my picture underneath it. Do you see that? I just added it back. And that way I'll be able to slide my picture underneath that. Accent with those cute little stars. Get them in the page protector, and we will move on to the other side. So I'm just getting the pieces in order. I'm putting that photo mat behind the black piece. Gluing down that main accent. And then putting the journaling strip down. And that one is 1.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch from the bottom right. And that's why I love that Versamat. It's just so nice to have those measurements there. And that other main accent piece is 1 3/4 inch from the left side and 1/2 inch up from the bottom. And now we are ready to put that into the page protectors and move on to layout 3. And so now I'm going to get the pieces for layout 3. The black polka dot is the left page, the white polka dot is the right page. And then I'm getting those peach accent pieces laid out along with the photo placement holders. Gluing those down. And then finding the punch out pieces and the stickers that we need for this. Love these flowers. So I'm peeling off the stickers, putting them on my hand so that I have them. And then I'm going to start with that checkered border sticker piece on the left-hand side. And then once I attach that, I'm going to go ahead and get my glue and glue the back side of that long jagged accent. And that's going to go right next to it. It's not going to overlap. And then I'm going to glue the photo placement holder onto the peach piece. And that's going to get attached 1 3/4 from the top right. So it's going to be just under the together, and it's going to overlap the together, just the G a little bit. Make it flush with that right side. And then I'm going to put down my sticker accents. And then I'll use 3D foam dots to pop that flower. And you'll notice some of these stickers go on the other page as well. And again, I did leave some of those circles on the foam tape so I can get a picture underneath there. And then put the us on the heart and that little pink heart as my accent. Okay, now we're going to move on to the right page. Same thing, we're going to put that checkered border on first, and then the jagged black accent piece. And then we're ready to put those photo placement holders onto the peach piece. And I did get ready to get the flower to accent, so I did put those foam tapes on there. And those are going to, the photo placement holders, those are going to get butted right up against each other. And then I do like to match the other page. So sometimes the instructions, like this one says 1 3/4 of an inch. Well, I just want to make sure that it is flush with the other page. So at that point, it doesn't really matter if the measurement is accurate or not. You want it to be flush and match up. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the sticker accents on. And then the die cut pieces. And again, I'm going to leave some room so that I can tuck a picture underneath those. And get them into the page protector, and we're ready to do layout 4. So my video cut out halfway through this, so I apologize if this piece gets interrupted. But again, we're going to take the accent pieces, lay them out where we want them, make sure that the page is going in the right orientation, and we are going to go ahead and assemble the right page first, and now you'll see that I'm assembling the left page. I did take those extra flowers that you'll see, and I just popped them on top of flowers that are already on the page. So that's where all of those daisy accents go. And the lucky year in my life, I did use just a little bit of glue on the far left side once I got the photo placement down, because I want to be able to put a picture underneath that. So you'll notice that I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive on the one side, and that way I can slide a picture underneath it. And then you're going to get those banners and the little flower sticker, put those on. Use a little foam tape if you'd like, just to give some dimension. And then you're going to go ahead and put those pieces into your page protectors. And we're going to be ready to move on to layout number 5. And layout number 5 has a lot of little pieces, so I highly recommend laying it out first, like what I'm going to do. Seeing how you want the pages. I think I had to turn the right page around so that the smudge dots were up in the far right corner. And then start laying out these pieces. The polka dots don't match up. I thought they did, so I was kind of moving them around to see which one I wanted but it doesn't matter. So they don't line up. So just get them in whatever direction you want them in. And then you're going to glue those down 1¼ inches from the top when you're ready. And here I'm just getting the accent pieces lined up how I want them, as well as the photo placement holders. So once you've got them lined up where you want, you can set aside the accents and the photo placement cards, because we need to glue down those polka dot pieces first. And again, it's 1¼ inches from the top, flush with the left side. And then once you've glued those down, we're going to start putting those photo mats down. And they are 5/8 of an inch, but what I basically did is I took the top and the bottom and I started to lay it out how I wanted it, and then I knew how far apart I wanted, and then I just put it down. So that would be my suggestion for you too. Just keep it simple. And then once you get the photo placements down, you're going to get the Our Moments Together sticker. Just attach that to the side. Actually, it's not a sticker. It's a die cut punch out piece. And then now you're going to add the sticker banners and the little black heart. And then I used foam tape to pop the larger flower. And again, I left a section open so that I can go back and put a picture, slide it underneath there carefully. And then there are 2 sticker accents that go underneath this large flower cluster. And now we're ready to do the right page, and you're going to do the same thing. I just lined up the photo placement holders and those accents to match the opposite page. Used a little foam dot to get that heart popped, that little circle heart. And then for that larger little photo mat, I put the placement holder under first, and then I just glued a little bit of glue on 2 sides so that I can get a picture underneath it later. So I'd encourage you to do the same thing. And then you're going to go ahead and get the sticker half circle, place that where you'd like it, the little tab, and then again the accent flower. Put some foam tape under that to pop it, and then add some accents. And now we are ready to go on. After we put these into a page protector, we are ready to put together layout 6. So I hope you're enjoying this workshop and seeing how easy and quick these pieces come together. The only thing you need to assemble this album is adhesive and then a journaling pen to journal on, and that's it. And that's what I love about Cut Above, is that Close to My Heart takes all the guesswork out of being creative. They do it all for you. So now we're going to get layout 6 put together. The left page is what I'm going to work on first, and then the right page. And I slid that photo mat underneath that blue accent. And I thought that these were where the houses went, but then I realized on the sticker sheet there is a long strip of houses, so we're going to need to put those off to the side, and I'll show you how we're going to accent with those in just a minute. The larger house goes down at the very bottom. And then those are the photo placement holders for the right page. And so now we're ready to start assembling. Glue that border down on the bottom of the right page or the left page, and then put your photo placement holder. Again, I just put a little bit of glue underneath that. And you want to attach it 1 1/4 inches from the left and 1 1/2 inches from the bottom. And then I just glued a little bit of on the bottom, and now I'm going to be able to put that photo placement holder right underneath it. And then you'll be able to go to your sticker sheet and see that row of houses that's going to go right up at the top. Pull that off, and those 2 little black hearts and the tab. And I just tucked the row of houses right underneath the photo mat. And then put a little heart down at the bottom, and one of the star accents, I did pop it with some foam tape. And now we'll be able to do the right page. I am missing the Re-Rise by Lifting Others. It's got to be in my garbage. I'm going to try and see if I can find it later. But that's where you'll put that on the left page. And now we are going to put the photo placement holders down. Right next to each other. And then we're going to put that little house, I popped it with some foam dots right underneath the journaling piece, kind of over to the right a little bit. And then I put the star down and that little blue tab piece, and the little black heart goes right over by the house. And then those 3 little houses I did put foam dots on, and then you're going to go back and pop them every other house, it looks like. And I started in the center, and I just tried to line it up as best as I could. And then once you're done doing that, you're going to put them into the page protectors, and we're going to be ready to move on to layout 7. We are almost done with this project. Okay, so as I'm putting the finishing pages of layout 6 into their page protectors, let's get the pieces out for layout 7. And again, I'm just placing the pieces where they need to go, and then I'll be tacking them down with adhesive. This is a little envelope or a pocket that you're going to create. It's already scored, and the tag's going to go right in it down in the bottom right-hand corner. So as I'm just getting all of the pieces set out, once I have them where I want them to be, I'm going to move them off to the side, and I'm going to start tacking down the flowers with foam tape. Love how the company already puts them in a spot where you can just put them right over the top. So this piece is going to go about 3.5 inches from the bottom There really aren't any directions for it, so it was about 3.5 inches. And then the photo mat is going to go 1 inch from the top and 1/2 inch from the side. And I decided to take the photo placement and put it on top. And I did tack it down just on 2 sides so that if I did decide to, I could put a picture underneath it. And then I'm going to use foam tape for the larger flower. And I did leave one of the foam tabs so that it doesn't stick, so I can stick a picture underneath it if I wanted to. And then I'm going to take those little stickers that are the flowers and strategically place them on the other roses that you see that are already placed. And now we're going to move on to the right page. So I'm going to move the picture photo mat. It's going to go 7/8 in from the right side and 3/4 of an inch down. And then that little envelope is already pre-scored, and you're going to just tack down the 3 sides and allow the tag to go on the inside. And then I use 3D foam tape for the little roses, and then stick those extra little roses down. Okay, now we are ready to move on to page 8. And it's the last of the double page layouts in this project. So I went ahead and I put the 2 bases down, and then I started laying out all of the accent pieces and the photo mats. And I used the 3x4 photo placement holders. Those are the last of the 3x4 placement holders. And then once I figured out how I wanted to lay everything out, I then moved it out of the way and started attaching it. So get the stickers from the sheet. There's quite a few of them for this particular layout. And then we're ready to start gluing everything down on layout on the left side. I did put the photo placement holder on a little bit differently than the example, but I think it's perfectly fine. And then it's going to go get attached 1.5 inches down and flush with the right side. And then go ahead and take that scallop, glue it down. We're going to glue down that little orange strip. And then you'll notice for the journaling piece, I just put a little bit of glue down on the bottom because I wanted to be able to stick a picture behind it if I needed to. So you can place that wherever you want. You might need to just put a little bit of adhesive so that you can make sure that you have enough room for your photo. And then go ahead and start putting down the other accent pieces. The little camera, the little heart with the me, the little star. The ampersand is going to go next. I tucked the heart behind the journaling piece. And then I spelled U backwards and tucked the U under the journaling piece just because I needed to have enough room for the O and the Y. Super fun. And then I wanted to line up the photo mat for the right side with the one on the left side. And notice that those photo placement holders are going to be flush with the right and left side. and then I tacked it down. And then get that scallop on. And the other sticker accent. And then I put foam tape or foam dots, the smaller foam dots, because that's all I had left for the daisies. And then the blue tab and the 2 little stars. And I think you'll agree that these accent pieces are so quick and easy to put together and put on here. And then once you're finished with this layout, you're going to go ahead and put them inside the page protectors, and we're going to be ready to go back to the inside of the instructions and finish up the closing page. And there's really not a whole lot of instruction that's needed here. You're just going to get the pieces out, lay them out. The polka dot piece is going to get adhered 1 inch from the bottom and 1/2 inch from the right side. And then the rest of the pieces can just be staggered as you would like to see them put. And the green strip, that sticker strip, goes up at the top. And that's really it. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and saw how easy it was to put together this little mini album. I think it's going to make a great gift to whomever receives it. And I hope you'll join me next time when I do the next project. Thank you so much for watching.